Hi, in this demonstration I'm going to show you how to use the brand new shutter card die by John Next Door to make this beautiful shutter card as we see here that opens and all the shutters open. You can have different images on the other side and things, and the idea is the card is completely flat for posting and it is a standard size. So it is 5.5 inches by 7.5 inches, so perfectly fits in an A5 envelope and would be a standard UK postage. But it has all that detail in there, and because of that, it will also stand on its own. So it doesn't need a card stand or anything at the back, etc. And in the kit, you get everything included to make the frame, the shutters, the panels, and even these flags and the sentiments. So I'll show you lightly the die set. This is the total die set that you get. So you get the pieces for the frame, you get the mechanism, you get the flags, different sizes and sentiments in there, and the panel dies to go with it. So there's a lot included in the set, but let's get on with showing you how we do this. So I'm just going to move these away. I'm going to bring in a piece of card, and I've used a piece of patterned sort of pearl card here so that it shows up nicely. And to make this card, you'll actually need one A4 sheet and one A5 sheet to make the basic. So from 1.5 sheets of standard card, you will get the whole basic card. So what we need to do first of all is make the frame for the front. So we're going to use the larger outside die and the smaller inside die. And the die was designed so that you could make this frame as big as you want to. This is the important measurement. So you could cut a piece of card to 6x8 or use some of your rectangular dies to make other frames to fit around it. So all I'm going to do first of all is just tape down the larger die. So we'll give that a little bit of a tape down. We would then put in the frame, make sure that's nice and even, and again tape that down. And then we need to put the mechanism in, which is this section, which comes in one big piece, although you will get 3 separate pieces out. And we just run that through, tape that down, and we'll run that through our die cutting machine to cut that. So I'm just going to run that through so that you can actually see how that cuts. However, I have got some pieces already cut for you. So I'm just running that one through my machine, and you don't need an A4 machine for this. You can use an A5 machine very, very easily. So this is the frame piece that will come out, and you will also need a back piece, and you can either cut this manually using your paper trimmer or your guillotine to the 5.5 by 7.5, or you can make the back piece larger and the frame, or you use the die that cuts the outside so that you've got 2 pieces exactly the same. If I just bring out the piece that I've just cut, then you'll be able to see here what happens when you take the mechanism die out is it will fall out into 3 separate pieces. So I'll take one out here, you can see, but you'll get 3 separate pieces out from that. So you'll have 3 pieces of that, and I've already put a little bit of tape on here. You'll get your 3 pieces, and that's all we need to start the basic of the card. So as you can see here, to make this easier, I've used a patterned paper so that you can see which side to fold. So to make this in the standard way, which means it opens this way on the left, you can make one for left-handed people that will open on the right. It's up to you, and all you would do is just rotate that round, but the standard is this way. And you can see the fold lines are there, so we simply fold these 2 pieces that are by the cut open side forward. We fold those back. We fold the 2 pieces here at the straight uncut side back that way, so that we've got a little Z shape. We simply then take a strong tape. I'm using the Crafts 2 power tape. You can use a red line tape. You can use a wet glue, however it won't grab straight away, but I would suggest that you don't use a tape runner as this isn't strong enough. You need something with strength in there. So we put tape on those 2, and then we want tape on these 2 pieces here. So I can fold that flat, and put that down there. So again, just tape, and this is the only gluing that you need to do for the entire card. So everything else is glued together by these. So we can see there that I have glue on that side, and if I fold those two back, I have it on that side as well. And that's literally all you need to do. And you then you need to do that to all three pieces. So we simply now take our frame and turn this over to the reverse. Take our first shutter, and what I like to do first is remove the tape from the front side. So this is the piece that folds back on itself. So I'm going to do that on all three pieces. So again, I'm removing the protective tape on the side where the front is. 2, and we'll take the third. So, and at this point you could decide, and you can add as many shutters in as you want to. The standard is based on 3, but obviously having a die, you can add as many as you want to. So I've got my 3 pieces there with my tape revealed. And all I need to do is to turn this over to the other side, and I place in 1, giving an even gap all the way around. So you can see there that I've got an even gap all the way around. I take the next one, and I'm not going to put the center in, I'm going to put the end piece in. And again, so I pull in to put that one in, and I leave a little gap again at the top, and I make sure that that sits nice and free there so that those can turn. So we lay those down flat, and we bring in our third piece, and all you do is put that evenly in the middle between the two others, leaving an even gap, and again making sure that you've got that so that all 3 turn. If we turn that over, you can see then, if I lay that flat, exactly how it will look on the front, and hold it up, you can see they're already turning. So we turn that back to this side, and we turn these pieces over, and we take the protective tape off these pieces. So just taking it off all 6 of these, 2 for each shutter. There we go. And all we then need to do is to take the back and again turn it so that the front of the card is showing to the front, and we simply stick that on. So I'm going to put those down like this. I'm going to take my card and butt it up there to the edge, and I'm going to fold it over. So just make sure that's nicely lined up. Check the next one. So if you can't see, what I'm doing is pushing those 2 little tabs down. So I'll pull this card back, you can see, push those tabs down and line it up. And again with the last one, push those 2 little tabs down, line it up with the back one, just like that, and press. And if you do miss, you can just trim out at the front. But then when I turn that over, you can see there how the shutter works. Very simple and very quick. So takes approximately 5 minutes, if that, to get started. And then I could use the other dies to cut panels to go here, or they will cut panels to go there. You've got the sentiments, you've got the flagged tags to fit in, you've even got a large tag which would fit all the way across the front or across the top. So lots of different ways that you can use this to make lots of different shutter cards with more panels in it. Or you could cut this to a square and have a square. You could have it top folding. There's lots of different options of the way that you can make it. And if you have a look on the Crafting with John Next Door and Crafts 2 group, you'll see an album full of all the different cards. There's over 50 that have been made by myself and the Angels, showing you lots of different ideas and suggestions of how to do this die. Enjoy.